If the sun sets, it's because I allow it.
Hou Yi is a marksman who can deal area damage. His ult 2-1 BABA is great for chasing down fleeing enemies. His passive earns stacks of shooter, and at 3 stacks, he shoots 3 arrows for every basic attack. His skill 1 enhances his basic attack to release even more arrows. His skill 2 slows enemies within the target area. And when using his ultimate, he unleashes an arrow that flies across the entire map to stun the first hero it hits. Learn skill 2 at spawn, and then level up the ultimate first, or skill 1 if the ultimate is not available.
My creator, Master Luban, IQ of 250. Worthy of respect.
Luban number 7 is a marksman who can lay down barrages with his machine gun. If he wants to deal some serious damage, he can use his ult followed up by a basic attack, skill 1, another basic attack, skill 2, and a final basic attack. His basic attacks become enhanced to scatter shots every time he uses a skill. His skill 1 tosses a grenade that slows enemies. And skill 2 is a rocket launcher with map-wide range that knocks back enemies directly in front of him. His ultimate summons an airship that drops bombs, damaging and slowing enemies within range of the explosions. Learn skill 1 at the beginning, then prioritize upgrading the ultimate, or skill 2 if the ultimate is not available.
I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm just trying to be myself.
Alessio is a marksman who is capable of dealing high amounts of area damage, including with his basic 1 BA2 BA skill combo during chases and teamfights. Alessio's basic attacks deal area damage, and his skill 1 can enhance the range and effect of the following 3 basic attacks. His skill 2 generates a smoke screen that hides him and his teammates, and also grants him a movement speed boost and sends him airborne for a short time. With his ultimate, Alessio leaps into the air and locks onto an enemy hero before firing shells at them, dealing area damage. Prioritize upgrading his ultimate, or skill 1 and then skill 2 if the ult is not available.
You another fan of mine?
Let's go!
Marco Polo is a marksman with poking, dashing, and burst capabilities. His basic 1-2 ultimate skill combo can be used to swiftly dart into combat and deal massive amounts of damage. His basic attacks mark all enemies hit, and enemies that accumulate a certain number of marks receive extra damage. When using his skill 1, he rapidly fires his guns in the target direction, while his skill 2 allows him to teleport a distance. With his ultimate, he can dash in the target direction and deal high amounts of damage over time to enemies within range. Prioritize upgrading his ultimate, or skill 1 if the ultimate's not available.
time to catch a few criminals.
Derengia is a marksman who relies on his basic attacks to swiftly dish out lots of damage. His basic 3 BA skill combo allows him to deal basic attack damage at a rapid clip, and his basic attacks also grant an attack speed and movement speed boost for a short time. When using skill 1, he throws tokens in the target direction to slow and damage enemies, while his skill 2 throws tokens in all directions. Skill 2 also removes all debuffs and makes him invincible for a short time. His ultimate fires a single token in the target direction, which also stuns any enemies hit. Prioritize upgrading his ultimate or skill 1 if the ult is not available.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. To dance is to let your soul bloom. Boss, cut me some slack on my monthly eval this time, please. You have slain an enemy. You have slain an enemy. You have slain an enemy. Light as the breeze, swift as an arrow.
Consort Yu is a marksman who's capable of delivering sustained damage output. Her basic 1 basic attack, ultimate basic attack 2 basic attack skill combo lets her deal lots of damage in a short time. Her basic attacks have a chance of firing 2 bolts in a row and slow the enemy. Her skill 1 shoots a single powerful bolt, while her skill 2 enhances her for a short time and makes her immune to physical damage. When using her ultimate, she leaps at her target, then flips backwards, gaining certain enhancements while stunning and slowing the enemy. Prioritize upgrading her ultimate or skill 1 if the ultimate is not available.
Time to make an explosive appearance!
Huangzong is a turret-type marksman with super long-range damage. The BA2, BA1, BA combo can poke opponents when laning to gain the upper hand. Every basic attack stacks more attack and critical rate buffs, and that doubles during his ultimate. Skill 1 provides a brief but powerful speed boost, while Skill 2 lays mines that reveals, damages, and slows enemies who hit them. His ultimate, meanwhile, turns him into a turret for extra range and basic attack damage. Prioritize the ultimate when learning skills. If it's not available, go for skill 1.
Another peaceful day at the Great Wall.
Perhaps you'd understand me better if you came to watch me dance.
Arlie is a highly mobile cleanup marksman. Her basic 1 basic attack 2 basic attack 1 skill combo can be used to poke enemies frequently. Her basic attacks mark enemies, and the marks deal area damage at max stacks. Skill 1 moves her in a chosen direction. Skill 2 turns her parasol into a spinning projectile that deals damage and knocks down projectiles. Her ultimate throws her parasol in the target direction, knocking back enemies and dealing damage. Prioritize the ultimate when learning skills. If it's not available, go for skill 1.
Ignorance is the root of all evil.
Garo is a marksman with super long range. Her 2 ultimate 1 basic attack skill combo provides continuous damage output in team fights. Her basic attacks and skills deal extra damage against shields. With skill 1, she uses her longbow for a range bonus, and her basic attacks gain extra damage. Skill 2 fires a piercing arrow that damages and silences enemies in its path. Her ultimate conjures a magic circle that increases her crit rate and attack speed. In terms of skill learning, she should prioritize her ultimate. If unavailable, she should prioritize skill 1.
In my name, unleash the tempest!
Luara is a marksman hero with powerful continuous damage output. Her ultimate, skill 1, skill 2, skill 1 combo will quickly activate 2 serpent blades and deal massive damage when combined with her basic attack. Luara can use skills or take part in defeating enemy heroes to activate her serpent blades and attack nearby enemies. Her skill 1 increases her movement speed and activates a serpent blade, during which she can scale a wall. Her skill 2 deals damage to and slows enemies in its path, while also dealing multiple lots of damage if her serpent blades are active. Her ultimate deals damage to and inflicts blind on enemies in its path, while also activating a serpent blade. For its duration, receiving damage will give her Fury, which deals damage to and launches the enemy when it is at max. In terms of skill learning, prioritize their ultimate. If that is unavailable, prioritize skill 2.